Welcome back to Word with a Twist Tarot. Today we're going to do a little reading that's been on my mind, and it's really around the weather. I want to ask the universe right now, universe, I'm asking you, what do they want us to believe? And what's the reality around these events occurring, especially around North Carolina, around Florida? What's the cause? I'm going to do 5 and 5, not a box spread. This represents what they need the public to believe about these because there's some really odd things surrounding these storms. I'm hearing a lot of different things around certain individuals involved with money, certain mining companies involved in that area, or just maybe a natural disaster. Okay, so the way I do this is called the what they want you to believe and what the reality of it is. So we'll start in the middle. This is the theme. They want you to believe is just pain from Mother Nature, is just a whip, is just something that's going to bring strife. It's not a whip, but it's a birch cord. But the point is, it brings contention and problems, and it's natural. That's what they want you to believe, that it's actually just the universe, Mother Nature, wreaking havoc in these areas, especially around this time of year, which is interesting within itself. Now we're going to read the cards across. So they want you to believe that it's just Mother Nature doing what she does, right? This full strength of her wrath coming down on an area to wreak havoc and dismay, which will then, interesting here, unlock opportunities for people to come together in hard times. That's how I'm reading the line. So they want you to believe it's just really just a straight up natural disaster. Nothing nefarious, nothing out of the ordinary, just typical weather that the divine can use, for lack of better terms, to bring people together, unlocking the hearts, the emotions, to have people work together in unity versus fighting amongst themselves, as we're seeing over the last couple of years. So sometimes it takes a storm to bring people together. That's what I'm seeing here. And again, the child is just the weather starts out small, it builds up to get its full force, and then just breaks havoc, right? Unlocks people's hearts and emotions to bring them together and to bring happiness. Now, when I look at the numbers here on this top line, we have a 13, which is a 4, a 5, which is a 9, a 9, and an 11 is a 20, which goes to a 2 and a 33 is a 35, which goes to a 8, 8 and a 9 is a 17, which goes to back to an 8, which means that sometimes you just have to let go in order to come together, like not get caught up in what it's saying is don't get caught up in what has happened, even though it may be hard and you feel like there's no hope. You have the engine that keeps you driving forward. You have the engine, the 8, that brings communities together to help everyone overcome as a people. That's the 8. That's this line. That's what everybody wants us to believe. And maybe that's what it is. I don't know. So what's the reality of it? We'll find out here. So a book. What this is interesting because there's things that are concealed. And the only time the truth is revealed is when the book opens. Okay? So it's telling us that what the media is telling us is not what we think it is. There's something concealed. And again, 8, consciousness, subliminal programming. That's interesting. Now we're going to read it across the line. You know, you also can read cards as a mare, so it opens up like a book, opens the secret, opens the knowledge. So the tree and the key, it gets unlocked. So the weather unlocks into fury, but also unlocks people to come together and work together as one, even through tragedy. So through tragedy, you can have victory, right? That's what they want you to think about because it takes your mind off other things because there's secrets being hidden. So then we have the moon, stars, mountain, and then the lilies. It's a very interesting read. So what I'm seeing here is that they don't want you to see what's actually happening because I'm seeing the 5, which is struggle. They don't want you to use your intuition, use your mind, use your perception to understand what's really happening. So it's a perception that they're going to give you on false hopes because they're hiding something and they're hiding all the challenges they're going to bring. And the challenges that they want to bring into this country is not what the people are going to want. So it's it's almost like it was planned. Because when I look at the book here, it has secrets that are hidden and it won't be opened up because the mountain's going to block that truth from making people be happy. But yet they can overcome the challenges to make it happy for themselves, but then it's not in such good light for you. That's how I'm seeing this. So it seems to me this weather that we're seeing right now is more man-made. And what I find interesting about this, if you do a little bit of digging on the Department of Defense or the Air Force, you're going to find patents and articles. I think they're dated back to 2007, even in 1996, I think it was 97, talks about by 2025, the Air Force will actually own the weather, period. And the weather is said in the article that it was used as a weapon of war to change battlefields, to put it in their favor. They could do things they could never dream of before. And if that was really opened up and people saw that, they'd have a revolt on their hands. So in order to control the narrative, they want you to believe it's just Mother Nature doing its thing, when in reality they're doing it. They're controlling it, and they have the moon here, and they're keeping secrets. They don't want you to use your intuition, so they're giving you these false hopes, right? So these weathers coming, they're giving you these false hopes, and you see that even here in this weather, this vast Iceland, there's a ship here stuck at sea or stuck, can't get out. So they want to bring you this false hope, a false hope. That's reality, because they're going to hide the truth from you. You're never going to know. But yet the documents are in plain sight. And no matter what, there's always going to be this struggle for the people, but yet for them who are in control, they have what they need. They have a bright outlook for their agenda. So from looking at these cards, it seems to me, again, this was orchestrated by those in control. And if you also realize what was going down, you think about the ship. I'm looking at this more intuition wise. This ship to me represents people brought in from out of the country. There's illegals. And they were given money, be it the US citizens were not. They had to work together. Even FEMA wasn't involved at the time of this incident. And yet the people now have struggled because of secrets being revealed and being kept from the public. Okay, I still have a broke record now. Let's go on to the next. I want to pull some tarot cards to kind of clarify this a little bit. Let's see, what do we got? So based on tarot right here, what clarification could we have around this? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about this? Are you agreement, or you think like, nah, there's no way. This is strictly Mother Nature. There's nothing nefarious at all. Or are you thinking like, yeah, there's something here? Because the weather patterns are completely out of the ordinary, and for a hurricane to go inland that far, not normal at all. Just study it. So what does tarot have for us? All right, give me an answer. Help us clarify this about these being, now we think it's being man-made, geoengineered. And again, like I said, there are articles pointing back to state how the Air Force will own the weather by 2025. The people. Interesting, huh? See, they thought about how to play this off for a long time. they've really strategized. This is the Hermit. He goes away and he assesses the situation. It's the 9. They knew they had to attain in order to push an agenda forward. And also, what month is this? November's coming up on us, right? We're October 6th today. Sorry, October 7th. And then here you have victory flipped upside down. So they have to break the spirit. This card here is a fire card, and it's a 6 of Wands flipped. So that's disharmony. That's no victory. So they have to put the people in a position of complete chaos. Okay. And then by doing so, they know, well, they think they know the path forward, and they think they can play God. This is kind of like a mentor, like a God kind of vibe I got going on here with this. And so they believe they become the light of the world, but yet they're not doing anything to help the citizens. They're doing everything to help those who are here illegally. I know this completely took a turn, but hey, that's where we're going. That's what I'm feeling. It is what it is. Now we have the 6 again here. It's Pentacles. It's flipped as well. You notice how you have 2 6s. So now we're playing on the fire energy and the earth energy, right? And when this card's upside down, it represents what? Greed, selfishness, lack of generosity. Are you feeling me on this? They won't allow the people who's been harmed, the citizens, to obtain any type of charity or help. They're trying to block it off because they want to bankrupt them completely. Pentacles again, flip, the king. Very manipulative energy, especially in the reverse position, that king. He's a tyrant. They manipulate. Everything they do is based on corruption. So the reading started with the weather, and I seem to think from the cards are showing me it's not Mother Nature. They want you to believe it because they have a plan in place on the bottom line to completely control and decimate the people, to bring in a change that they want, a change based on people not from here. And they're going to hide the truth, conceal it. And if you want to get that, they're going to block it at all cost. Because you cannot be happy. You cannot have a bright outlook. You're going to have false hope. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. It's pretty dark. So it does seem like that those involved have an agenda for this. And again, I mentioned at the beginning, there was a article around these companies were involved are connected to certain people. I'm not going to mention them right now in this reading. It's not part of it. But I want you to do your homework. I want you to check it out. And with that being said, I'm stopping right here. I don't want to go any further on this. But I'll do one more thing as the numbers. You have a 9, a 6, and 6. Okay? That's a 12, which is a 3. A 9 and a 3 is a what? Is a 12. That's communication flipped. Deception, hidden secrets. That's what we're dealing with. So again, looking at the cards, it seems to me that this was a geoengineered event, not actually Mother Nature, even though they want you to believe it. And they're doing it for a reason, to basically bring in those from the outside for a specific purpose, which I will maybe talk about in a different reading. Anyway, if you enjoyed this little reading, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. And you don't need to be nasty. If you don't agree with it, that's okay too. But until next time, I'll see each of you in the next video. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.